people today. They could spend half their lives over 50. That's a lot of living. So it helps to have a wise friend and fierce defender in your corner. A friend like AARP. So your health lives longer.
This is just slow-mo karate?
Just slow-mo karate.
Your money lives longer.
I just bought that.
I just sold that.
And your happiness lives longer. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Hello, my name is Teresa Collins, and I am an Executive Council member for AARP Illinois. AARP, a nonprofit, nonpartisan member organization, has been working to promote the health and well-being of older Americans for more than 60 years. AARP Illinois is proud to represent all those who are 50 plus in Illinois and our 1.7 million members. And we thank you for the opportunity to be your wise friend and fierce defender. Our mission is to enhance the quality of life for all as we age, leading positive social change and delivering value to members through advocacy, service, and information. At AARP, we know that staying fit is one of the pillars of healthy living, and we want to help you on your fitness journey. Physical activity can boost memory, improve thinking, and even lower dementia risk. It's not too late to start. AARP is proud to offer today's virtual event to start or continue you on your fitness journey. Have a wonderful class and enjoy.
Thank you for joining us today for the Senior Services Plus and AARP Sit to Fit class. I am Mark Vandehay. I'll be your instructor for today's exercises, and we'll just go ahead and get right on into it. We're going to go ahead and start off first doing some yes nods, gradually warming up our neck. From there, we're going to go ahead and start with our ear to shoulder exercises. From there, we'll get into our no turns, turning our head side to side. And after that, we'll go ahead and start off with some good mornings. We're going to go ahead and reach down between our legs and reach back up overhead. Nice, slow, and gradual. And from there, we're going to go ahead and work into some shoulder shrugs. From there, we're going to go ahead and get into some side reaches. Going side to side. From there, we're going to go ahead and start off with our seated marching. And from the seated marching, we're going to go ahead and get into some fast feet. Just tap the ground as fast as you can with your feet. And back to our regular marching. And from there, we're going to go ahead and work into some side steps with a side reach. So reaching off to the opposite side as we put our leg out. Kind of looks like we're dancing in the chair. And we'll go ahead and give that a little bit of a break. First piece of equipment we're going to be starting off with today is going to be our dumbbells. And first exercise we're going to do with our dumbbells starting out is going to be a simple bicep curl. Just turning my palms up as I bring the dumbbell up to my sides. If you've done my previous class, you'll remember that I like to go for a period of time rather than a particular count for an exercise. That way, everybody can work at their own pace. Nobody feels like they're rushed to hit a certain goal in any amount of time. And we're going to go ahead and give those a little bit of a break. Next exercise we're going to work into is just a seated march with the dumbbells, one on each leg, if you can. And we'll give that a little bit of a break. What we'll be working on next is just holding our dumbbells up by our shoulder, on our shoulders and by our collarbones. We're going to hinge forward and come right on back up, just working on some seated good mornings with these dumbbells. And we'll give those a little bit of a break. What we're going to do is hold our dumbbells by our shoulders. I'm scooting about halfway up on my chair, actually going to lean back, keeping my core nice and tight so my back stays straight. And I'm just going to be pressing up overhead. If you're not able to do this exercise, you can work on a bicep curl or even a side raise. And we'll give that a little bit of a break now. I'm going to go ahead and take both dumbbells, set them on one leg. I'm going to step out and back in. Out and then back in. And we're going to go ahead and switch our legs. I'm going to work on the opposite leg now. And once we've done those, we'll go ahead and give that a bit of a break. But we're going to go ahead and move into another exercise. We're going to get a nice wide base, setting our feet apart, getting a nice upright posture, and I'm actually going to hinge forward at the hips. I am not bending my back. Once I get to that position, I'll have my elbow on my knee. I'm going to go ahead and pull these dumbbells back, almost like I'm starting a lawnmower. Going to go ahead and switch our hands. Once again, hinging in the hips, elbow on knee, nice straight back, and pulling these dumbbells back. Really trying to pull my shoulder blade back towards my spine as I row the dumbbells up. This is more of a back exercise than an arm exercise, or at least just as much as. We're going to go ahead and give that a little bit of a break. I'm going to go ahead and set the dumbbells off to the side because I'm done with them. I'm going to pick up my handy dandy band. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around my knees, crisscrossing the handles underneath my legs, bringing the handles up onto either side. Once I've done that, I'll be pushing my knees apart. And we'll go ahead and give that a bit of a break. Next, I'm going to be moving into an exercise called an archery pull. I'm going to have a length of band that is about equal to my upper and up to that, equal to my arm as a whole, holding my hand out in front of myself like I have a slingshot or a bow and arrow. I'm just going to pull on back and let that arm return forward. And once I get done with that side, I'm going to go ahead and switch arms. Again, you want the length of the band that you're pulling against to be equal to that of your arm. Starting with my hand by my shoulder and pulling on back. And we'll go ahead and give that one a bit of a break. What we'll be working into next is a bit of a front raise. So I'm going to bring this band down to my knees, go up overhead, and as I do, I'm pulling apart ever so slightly. Go as high as you can. Not everybody's going to be able to reach over their head, but just go as high as you can, even if that's just right in front of your eyes or in front of your chest. And we're going to go ahead and give that a little bit of a break. What we're going to go ahead and do next is get the band either wrapped around our foot or get our toes into the handles like it's a horse stirrup. And what we're going to go ahead and do next is tap our toes out to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and switch my feet. I'm just going to pull that off and go ahead and pop this over my foot up and out to the other side. And we're going to go ahead and give that a little bit of a break. The next exercise we'll be moving into is a row. We're going to get our leg out straight in front of us with our band underneath our feet. I'm just going to pull on back, working on a bit of a row. And we're going to go ahead and give that one a bit of a break. We're going to cross the handles, holding one handle by each knee and stepping out to the side, alternating feet. We'll go ahead and give that one a bit of a break. What we're going to go ahead and work on last but not least are some pull aparts. I'm just going to hold the band out in front of myself with my hands about the width of a bicycle bar and then pushing out to the sides, rather pulling. it makes it easier, you could wrap the handles around your hand, or the band around your hand. And we'll be giving that a bit of a rest. We're going to go ahead and set our band off to the side. What we're going to go ahead do now is start with our stretching and cool down routine. To start off with that, we're going to put our leg out in front of ourselves, nice and straight, and I'm just going to reach for my toes. It's okay if you can't reach your toes, just go as far as you can. We also need to keep in mind a stretch is not supposed to be painful. It is supposed to be a mild discomfort at most. And we're going to go ahead and switch our legs. And we'll give that a bit of a rest. Next, we're going to go ahead and cross either our ankle over our knee or our shin if you aren't able to get your leg all the way up. But if you can, that's great. And for this stretch, we're just going to let it sit like that. Try and get your knee down as far as you can to where it's in line with your ankle and the seat. And from there, I'm going to go from a nice upright posture. I'm going to hinge forward in the hips. And I want to make note, I'm not pushing down on this knee. I just have my hand sitting on the leg. And from there, we're going to go ahead and switch our legs. And we're going to go ahead and give that one a break. Next, we're going to go ahead and stretch out our shoulder, reaching right on across. I'm going to reach up underneath my elbow and stretch out the back of my shoulder. And once we get done with that side, we're going to go ahead and switch arms. And we're going to go ahead and give that a rest. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to stretch out my quad. I'm going to scoot over halfway on my chair, and I'm going to bring this leg back. We're going to make sure that I'm holding on to that other side. And the next step to this stretch, a little added bonus. So this is optional. I'm going to bring my arm up nice and straight, and I'm going to lean off to the other side. Let that stretch out my side, my quadriceps, everything there. And we're going to go ahead and switch sides. And getting that leg back, bringing this arm up nice and straight, hinging and leaning off to the side. Giving that a bit of a rest. Next stretch I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch out my neck. I'm going to grab the back of my head, which is optional. You could just let your head fall off to one side or lay to one side. Going to stretch out that there. And an added little bonus to this stretch is I'm actually going to keep my hand low, and I'm going to reach across to the opposite knee. That's going to add to this stretch, which it is optional. And we'll give that a bit of a rest. Switching sides. Reaching right on across. Again, that reach across is optional. Giving that a rest. And last but not least, I'm going to stretch out my wrist. So I could either keep my hand in close by my side, or I can reach out. I'm just pulling my fingers down to the ground, stretching out my wrist. We're going to go ahead and switch hands. And we'll give that a rest. Thank you very much for taking part in my Sit to Fit class. I'll see you next time.